my topic tonight is how to overcome worry. And Susan, so lovely, was just talking about meditation and mindfulness techniques and what it's done for her, like just hanging out with me for the past few years. She's been, uh, the original Angels Don't Lie girl. And, she's taken some classes and especially the meditation series. And she's just saying like what that's done for her. Susan, can you just, add that back in? Because I think it's important for people to know, like sometimes we don't want to do it, right?
Okay. Well, my husband Andy's been gone 4 years on January 1st. So we met shortly after that. And you did readings and we're always spot on. I took notes and went back. Oh my gosh, I remember when she said this. This is what she meant. But then of course, over the years, but the guided meditation series was just amazing to be able to connect with Andy anytime now, really. Just relax and go into a meditation. He's always there. But then to my guardian angels and just learning the tools. You gave me the tools.
And you had it in you all along, right? I just kind of reminded you.
Yeah.
You
And you finding our gifts, right?
Right.
And I just think it's amazing that to dig deep inside yourself that you didn't know you had, that you can do. Because everybody does have it in them.
I think that's true for every one of us. And I think that's a really cool thing. So we're going to talk about worry, because worry, angst, stress, those things that we carry within us, those are the stopping points where we aren't able to connect, or we aren't even able to like know our truth, right? The true value of who we are, that we're all spiritual beings. We all have the ability to raise our vibration, to connect with our soul, and then really work with the desires that are meant for us, instead of always trying and trying and trying to get stuff that doesn't really belong to us. So I have a caller on the line, which I'm really excited about. So we're going to try the caller first. Hello, how are you?
Jeanne. Hi, Jeanne.
Hi, who's this?
This is Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl. How are you, love?
I'm okay. Hanging in there.
Thank you so much for calling in. This is so exciting that I've got this. This is huge, just so you guys know. Cheryl, how can I help you tonight?
This is the perfect topic, worrying, because that's all I seem to be doing is worrying, mainly right now about my daughter, who is pregnant, and she will be a single parent. This is going to be her second child. My grandson is going to be 10 years old. Mm-hmm. But she's going to be single. And I am just obviously full of worry. And how do I not pre-plan where I shouldn't be pre-planning for her? Mm-hmm. I'm trying not to force my way into the future that I have no control over. So I don't know. I'm really struggling.
And then this is huge, and I'm so glad that you said this, Cheryl, because, well, first off, I actually am in the same type of position that you are. Our stories are different, but my daughter is also working on, exiting a marriage, and she has 3 children. And the worry can be unreal, right? It can just take us over.
Yeah.
And
yep.
Even with my toolbox and my spiritual practice, I still have to remind myself that we have 2 voices in our head. We have a fear voice and we have a love voice. And the fear voice will always want us to be in the space of lack, lack, lack. And the love
Mm-hmm.
voice will be reminding us that, we're safe. We're safe. And, my 3 steps are to stop, drop, and pray. Stop, drop, and pray. Because when we take that moment to get out of our head and into our body, breathe through it, well, we see a whole different situation. But when there's a lot of drama, there's a lot of chaos. It is that
Yeah.
worry, it just can take us over. It's really important to remember. And I was remembering this quote that's in my Angel Believe Angels Don't Lie book, which is I was reading one of Glennon Doyle's books, and she did this Super Soul Oprah thing, and she got on stage and she was telling her story, and she was like, we all have this easy button that we want to press, the easy button to make things go away. We'll take a Tylenol, make the pain go away. We want to wish things like it's already done, but we forget that it is through our pain, it is through when we go through something as ginormous as your daughter is going to be a single mother, having a baby on her own, living that type of life, that she's going to realize the strength that's within her. And our job as a parent, and my mom's on here tonight. Hi, Mom. Our job as a parent isn't to interfere, right? It's not to make their pain and suffering go away. It doesn't feel good. Like, we want to make it okay for them. And I know Susan on here, you're the same way. Like, we have children who have great suffering, adult children. My mom always said, little children, little problems, big children, big problems.
Right.
And so carrying yourself, if you are strong, if you are meditating, if you are in your body, if you're calling on the divine, well, then you're pausing and you're not micromanaging. Then you're giving her an opportunity to maybe mess up. Maybe she's got a trip. Maybe she's got to fall in order to learn who she really is. I know everybody watching tonight has been through something really big in their life. Most of us more than one thing, but you can pinpoint that one really huge event that you went through and you learned something so valuable about yourself, right?
Right.
What did you learn about yourself, Cheryl?
That I'm stronger than I thought I was.
And don't you think your daughter deserves to learn that too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And even though I had the support of my family, I still went through it by myself, basically. So yes, through the power, through prayer, and I actually had more strength than what I thought. And I did get through it, and I'm okay. So yeah, I totally get it. I just, I've always been a caretaker, so to speak. So I just feel like I just need to fix and make the problem
there you
better.
have it there. Everybody can relate. Most everyone listening, and, has that in them, though, where they want to fix something. We want to help. Let me tell you what, that's the toxin, right? We can support.
Yes.
We can support, but when we add our energy in where it's not wanted, that we're just making things worse. We're actually like postponing their pain. And so the pain is coming. It's coming like a fucking freight train. It's coming because we have to go through these things in order to evolve. Our soul has a lesson. Our soul has a legacy to leave, right? And we can't do that if we are micromanaging other people's lives, or if they're micromanaging our own. So the best thing that we can do for our children, for our adult children, is pause, take a breather, maybe call someone that's not in the circle and have that conversation to realize, all right, so this is hard. She's hard. She's having a hard time, but she's going to be super strong. And what an opportunity for her to learn the strength that she has within, right? God has great plans for us to prosper if we are willing to walk that walk, right? it's very easy for me to like fall into a negative pattern, right? Like, whoa, 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 this is hard, this is hard. And it really is. It's really, really hard. But it's also very rewarding when I stop and I pray and I say, God, show me the way today. Show me the way today and help me to not be interfering with her decision making. Help me to just be a support for her and then take that step back. Help me not to be in the drama zone where maybe I'm adding some drama to her ears, and let me do that with someone else. Let me maybe call my mom, right? Or call my friend, where I can have that conversation where it's not with my daughter. So she doesn't have to be taking that energy on. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Stop, drop, and pray before you speak, before you take an action.
Hmm.
You guys watching on Facebook, tell me what the hardest thing that you went through. I don't want to know the situation of what you went through. I want to know what you learned about yourself. What did you learn from going through the big hard thing? What did you learn? Cheryl, I hope it brings you peace tonight, knowing that you're a godsend. You're such a beautiful soul, and that your daughter she's going to be so good. Like, she's going to be so good.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeanne. You're always a big help.
Breathe, my friend. Keep breathing. They keep showing me like you're not breathing. You're like hyper focused. You're really here. So breathe and get in your body. Mindfulness is very important, right? And simple mindfulness techniques are just even closing your eyes and what do I smell? What do I smell? What do I smell in this moment? What do I hear?
Mm.
What do I feel? Right? What is my body feeling? What does this clothing feel like? Right? What do I taste? Take a swallow. It just slows you down enough to get you out of the chaos and get you into your body. And then realizing, well, if I'm in good shape and I'm in alignment, automatically it's going to help her. Automatically, I can turn to God and say, can you make this a little easier for her?
Okay. Okay.
That's our superpower.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeanne.
You're welcome, lovey. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. So let me just click on this over here, and you guys can call in to the show. We have a really cool thing. We're calling in. It's 231-444-4480. Okay. That is the number. I see you guys on Facebook. Hey, Mia, how are you, lovey? Good to see you. Shanda, how are you, love? Sarah's on, Teresa's on, Sally's on. You guys are great. Samantha, hi, my lovey. So call in. Let's have some conversations, right? Right. Stronger than I know, right? There you go. Shelby said she learned that there is always going to be struggles in life, but you have to sometimes rely on family. That is true. Anybody else want to have that conversation and tell me where they are right now? I'd love to know. Where are you? What are you feeling? And what is your biggest point of stress at this moment? My biggest point of stress has been staying in my body because it's been very emotional lately. And just finding time to do my breathing, finding time to take a bath, that's why I came in my art room tonight. I'm like, I'm going to be in my art room because I haven't had the time to just be, and I need to be, right? Because sometimes we just are out of our body for no reason. We're stressed because of, COVID. We're stressed because, we thought 2021 was going to be so different, and 5 days in, and it's exactly the same as it was in 2020. Exactly the same. We got a call, so I'm going to take that call. Hello?
Jeanne?
Yes, hi.
Hi. Hi, this is Teresa Gaffney.
Hi, Teresa. How are you, love?
I am good. I'm good.
Good.
My mother recently died, and I know you were talking about if, if there's anything that's feeling with us.
Mhm.
My mother died on the 17th, and I was by her side. She was in a nursing home with dementia,
Mm.
and I'm wondering if there's any. I'm the eighth of 10 children, and I was by her side, and I find that a true blessing, especially during these COVID days when so many people have seen people die and they couldn't be there.
Can you repeat
And I just wonder,
your mom's first name, Teresa?
Barbara.
So I get like for your mom, I get like this, like I get like she's fully in her body, first off, which is something
Yeah.
she wasn't for a very long time. And she's also like not dizzy anymore. Like she's showing me like the world dizzy. She's not dizzy anymore.
Uh-huh.
That's such a relief, she says.
Yes,
You understand that?
I do. Yes.
She also tells me that she had a really blessed life. She said, yes, there were times to be stressed and there was a lot of worry. There's a lot of things, but overall, I had such a beautiful life.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that it wasn't hard times. She's just doing this like kind
Right.
of lighthearted review. But she's seeing all the blessings, not all of the toxicity, I'll say.
Right.
It's what she's making me.
Right.
Who was the alcoholic that she's talking about?
That would have been my father.
The alcoholic. I always ask him to bring something forward that I wouldn't know that doesn't really relate to their passing, and I think this is what she's bringing forward. Now is he still here? Is he still living, or is he on the other side?
No, he's the other side as well. Her parents were also alcoholics, but I'm thinking if it's I don't know why my father came to thought first. They were divorced, but
that's okay. That's
yeah.
a separation, okay? Because they give me like a separation, but I'm feeling like I want to say like almost like a reunion, and I want to say like this has been like a huge forgiveness thing. Like I don't think they forgave in life, and what they were able to do when she departed. It was like a miracle, and that's what she says.
Well, yeah,
a full blown
and
miracle.
that would be.
She's
yeah,
like,
that would
you believe in miracles, you're going to believe in this.
Okay.
She's very appreciative of all the devotion that was around her. I feel like you were all very devoted and kind and compassionate. I don't feel like it was easy. I feel like it was tremendously difficult to be around her.
Yes.
She said I wasn't an easy person.
Okay.
But it's also like this peace of mind that she feels better. I do get some head pain. I don't know if she had some other stuff or if she had a fall, but
She had a brain tumor.
Oh yeah, so I'm getting that as well. Lots of complications and things going on for her, but she's free of that. And like she looks great. She's showing me her dress more like in the 50s kind of style.
Uh-huh.
That's her favorite.
Okay.
Just so you know. So she's at peace, she's well, and she's more concerned with you. Like now I'm going to be more concerned with my family, she said, because I couldn't do that.
Well, that's good because then we have a fierce guardian with us, or watching us and protecting us.
Yes. I hope that brings you some peace, my love.
It does. The very first thing you said, that she's in full body, one of the first things I said to her is, you're not stopping anywhere. You're going right to heaven, and don't be afraid. And when she took her last breath, I said, "Ma, I think you just got your wings." Mm-hmm. And I feel like she did immediate, no delay.
No delay.
But
and it's instant.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Jeanne. I really just think that you're a wonderful being.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And you just keep not worrying. Just keep knowing that she's okay, and remember
it's so much better now. Yeah, it is so much better now.
Yes. All right, love you.
Oh, you are a good girl. Okay.
Have a good night.
You too. Good night. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye. Oh, I love when we get such a beautiful connection like that. Um, because it just reminds us that this isn't it, right? You know, that's why the stress and the worry, guys, it's not worth it. It's just, you got to let it go. We have to remember that it's all temporary. Like, have as much fun. Find time to smile. Find time to, even if it's hard, just, you know, like Cheryl, all that stuff she's got going on with her daughter, find time to find joy, right? And that's this painting behind me here, which the angel painting for January is all around joy. It's about remembering that God is joy and we can bring that in. And I'm going to share more of that with you guys. But it's just an overall energy. Hi, Martha. Thank you, Lovey. I don't have anybody written down on my paper because I'm really hoping that you guys will call in, because it makes it so much better that everybody can hear you. It just adds a little extra energy. So if you don't mind picking up your phone and calling in, and that would be so much appreciated. Hi, this is Jeannie. Who am I talking with?
Sue. Hold on one second. I'm trying to get you to mute. Sorry. Better.
Who is this?
It's Sue.
Hi, Sue. How are you?
Doing all right. My sister told me to call you.
Your sister did, huh?
Yeah, it's been a little rough. I had a little accident and broke some bones and
Ow.
been laid up.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's being challenged, being told to slow down and listen, and not easy. I don't operate like that, but I have no choice now. So
It's funny how God works when we don't listen.
oh yeah, he smacks you hard.
He's like, "Oh, you're not going to stop. I'm going to show you." So,
yeah, 2 stairs and then the door. So
and that's not fun. So breaking bones and having that feels definitely like, I feel like you are like too far ahead all the time, like too far ahead, too far ahead. And that's the anxiety kind of energy that comes for you. Do you understand that?
a little.
So
Being single, you try to think ahead of things and
yeah,
plan, but you know, God always laughs at you and make a plan, right?
right. Because
it's life.
our body knows truth. Like, our body knows truth. Our body is the better detector than trying to figure it out in our head and like go too far forward, right? If we stop and we ask, and this is where the stop, drop, and pray come in today. Stop, drop, and pray. All of a sudden, what happens is we get a different communication. We get a different answer than, oh, micromanage, or, you know, do this. We get like, okay, calm down, right? Go slow, or take time off of work. I mean, literally, God will speak and our angels will come through. And sometimes even a human form, an earth angel, will come forward and be like, oh, are you taking a break? And you're like, what? No, I'm so busy. And then what happens when you don't listen? We have an accident. We're too tired. We trip up over ourselves.
Yep. Is my mother around by any chance, Shirley?
Yeah, so that's where we're going next, because I'm getting a hard time breathing. So do you understand that around your mom? I have a hard time breathing. I can't catch my breath. I feel like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I feel like what your mom is showing me is kind of, you know, what she taught you to do. And rather like than you being like always on the go, I really feel like it's really important for you to be in a meditative state. She's like, it's time to read the book. It's time to do some journaling. She's like giving you like a little to-do list, which is hilarious. You know, because nobody really wants to listen to their mother. You know, their mothers have great advice. My mom has great advice, but do we want to be like, oh, I'm going to listen to what my mom says? Not necessarily, but listen, this is beautiful advice she's bringing through, right? It's
Mhm.
just human nature. So if we can get rid of that part and just be like, no, my mom's got great advice. I'm going to do that. I feel like you're going to feel better. And I feel like I don't know what the book is that you're supposed to be reading. Do you understand the book? The book?
I have a pile of books I've been reading and haven't finished
So
any of them. So
yeah.
I'm struggling to find out what I need to hear. You know, that's what I'm trying to find.
Well, which is the one that's speaking to you?
None of them are right now, so that's why I have a library, so I can always go to that and look. But it's just something. There's nothing is, you know, jumping out.
Hmm. So maybe hold them up to your body too, and like just see like which one feels like it's meant for you to finish up or to read through or reread. I'm feeling more like
Yeah,
a more like a reread.
yeah. You find in your different place in your life, you read the same thing, but you hear it differently. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
exactly.
You know.
Yes. And it's one of the reasons why I recorded my audiobook for Believe Angels Don't Lie is because you can read it, but then sometimes listening, you're going to have a whole new experience. And Susan is shaking her head. Yes. Any of you guys listening to my new audiobook, just wondering what you're thinking and if you've left a review yet. Like, because
I have to go back and reread. I've read both of your books twice, so.
Yeah, isn't it different when you go back through?
Yeah, because you get caught up on one thing, and I think it's what you need to hear, and then you go back and you hear something else. It's amazing how that works.
It's true. It's true. I feel like that's your slowdown. I feel like do some reading and do some research and pay attention to your spiritual routine. That's the most important thing as you're healing. And your mom, she's going to try to go too quickly. She's going to try to get up and go out and do. She's like, don't.
Yeah, I try to do something today, and
Oh my gosh.
I'm paying, so
Yes.
paying the price.
Listen to your body. Like, stop it. Stop it.
And just one quick question. My sister wants to know if their dog's going to be okay. They've had a rough week with him. He was really ill. And
what's her dog's name?
Macalachi. They call him Kai. He was a rescue.
And so I get like some stomach issues. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So I feel like, and I don't know why I feel like a toxicity going on. So I don't know if there was too much medication on top of something else. It just feels like almost like a toxicity. And he doesn't feel like he's that old. It just feels like there's some complications now.
Yeah, they couldn't figure out what it was, and
Okay.
it was a really rough weekend.
Yeah, and I feel like he had some issues first when they rescued him.
Yeah.
Yes. So I kind of feel like whatever those issues were, and I don't know if he was kicked or hurt, but it makes me feel like there's something kind of like twisted inside. I don't know if that means his like intestines are twisted. Like it feels like something's off. He might need some surgery. Because I feel like he might be a little like backed up. I don't know. It just feels like it could go either way. Like it feels like he needs some surgery. That's what it feels like. I almost feel like he needs another opinion.
Yeah, that's the problem because their regular vet was closed because of COVID. So they're at the emergency clinic, and they don't know him or his history. And as much as you tell them, they don't want to hear you, you know.
Right. So that's probably where I'm getting that second opinion. So, that's where I would like try to get back to that right now.
Okay.
Of course,
well, thank you very much. You're always great, and I appreciate all you do for everybody. So thank you.
Thank you, love. And you keep staying still.
I'm trying.
Okay.
Thanks, Jeanne.
God bless.
Take care. You too. Bye.
Oh, that was a nice call. We had a couple people here. So let's see. Call two. Okay, this one. Hi, this is Jeannie.
Hi, this is Melissa. How are you?
Good, Melissa. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah. How can I help you tonight, love?
I was calling just to see if there was any connection that I could make with my husband. Just feeling like I need some sort of direction these days. A lot has gone on in the last year, and I don't know. I've spoken with you a few times, and you've connected with him for me, and it's just always kind of helped guide me along. And that's what I feel, that I need a little guidance tonight.
Yeah,
from
love.
him.
You just have an anniversary.
Yes.
He's talking about that. So, and he like sometimes when they come through on an anniversary, like right after they feel even like stronger and more vibrant because they've done some more healing, and that's how he feels. And I'm like, he's talking super fast and he's going, and I'm like, all right, slow it down. Do you understand that personality? Like he's just going, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if he had ADD, but I'm like, he's like all over the place. And I'm like, you got to simmer.
Bring it in.
Come on, sit down. Sit down. So like, I feel like there are decisions, but I feel like you're complicating things. I feel like he's telling me that you're in your head, you're very worried. But it really isn't that, it's really not that big of a deal. It feels more simple. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Are you
I always tend to be an overthinker.
Yeah, you are moving on. He's making me feel like moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's saying yes. Like you feel like you're complicating it. Like you're ready, but you're worried. You're stressed.
Yes.
Okay, let's
Definitely.
talk it out.
Yeah. Well, I just I'm not sure if you remember, but he had passed from an overdose.
Yes.
He had relapsed after quite a few years of being sober. So it was a complete, shock. And I just it's been just over a year that he's gone. And I'm finding now that like everything is, the last year I kind of lived just in a blur, like in a fog. If people ask me details about certain events in the last year, I really couldn't tell you much. But it's like since we hit the anniversary, ever since then, everything is just real and so raw. As where everyone said, oh, once you get through your first year, you've done all your firsts. To me, reaching that anniversary and starting your second year is really more your first year, is what I'm learning.
Yeah, a lot of people have told me that the second year is actually the hardest because the first year people are checking on you and they're, it just seems like it's in their energy too. And then all of a sudden the second year comes forward and, everybody else has moved on and you're still living the same reality.
Right. And I do. I mean, I have wonderful friends and family, like, that are there for me and support me, but it's so different now since I've hit the anniversary, really. It's like it's completely brand new.
Have you thought about doing a support group or speaking with someone else who has been through, like Susan is shaking her head. Thank you, Susan, for doing that as well. She lost her husband as well. And, having a support group, having other people that have been through what you've been through, I think will be really helpful for you. I feel like you need almost like new friends, if that makes sense, like people that you have in the past collected people that are full of drama. And what he's showing me, like, this is not who you want to be. It's like time, it's like almost like a new time.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's hard to get across like how you don't want to be involved in certain things anymore without feeling like you're hurting people's feelings.
Yes. And I actually made some big moves for myself at the holidays with things that I used to entertain that I didn't really want to, but I did just to keep the peace and keep going. And this year I actually like spoke up for myself and said I wasn't going to make it to this event and I wasn't going to do that. And I wasn't, I made it on my terms, which actually like felt great afterwards.
Right. And it's such a beautiful thing. So I love the idea of a support group, a way that you can find other people that are similar and going through what you're going through so that you have a new group of people that you can talk to. And I love the personal empowerment of standing in who you need to be and not having you defend that, to shine the light. You can do it in a loving and gentle way. Like, I just feel like that's so important for you and for your daughter. And are you thinking of having another baby? He keeps talking about
No.
Who's expecting?
No one that I know of. We lost a child.
Okay. No, I still get like expecting. So it might be someone else that's watching as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I hope this serves you and fills you up tonight and reminds you that he's right with you and that you're so safe to move forward, even if it is uncomfortable, and you're worried about people's judgment. Like, you are still living and you're meant to be living.
Yeah. One thing that I do, which makes me nervous, is I did connect with someone that was actually a friend of his, but with that being said, has pretty much the same history. So I've been very guarded in having even just a friendship with this person, but he keeps being very persistent. And he keeps saying, well, I can help you and you can help me, but I just feel very guarded about that.
Right.
Because I don't want to put myself into another situation like that.
Right. And
I mean, that
might be the new group of people he's talking about too, love. So.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in, Melissa, and gonna hold you in my prayers, love.
Thank you. You've always been a pleasure to talk to.
All right. Well, you take care.
And very helpful.
Take care.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Bye. Hi, this is Jeannie. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Jeannie, this is Shanda. How are you?
Good. Who's this, Shanna?
Shanda.
How are you, love?
I'm okay. I was wondering if I could connect with my parents and my sister, please.
Sure. Where are you calling from, love?
Waycross, Georgia.
Okay. And sure, can you just give me your parents' first name?
Yes, my mom's name is Janice. My dad's name's Paul. And my sister's name's Latasha.
Your sister comes through first, and I get like a big personality around her, just so you know. And I feel like I've read for you before. And I feel like she's come through before. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
So she has like this big personality. I don't know exactly how she ended, but she's making me feel like there was something that she had a hand in her leaving. So when I see that, that just means that not necessarily suicide, but she did things that maybe didn't add to her staying here, if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
And I do feel like there's some confusion around her leaving, and she's also showing me some blood. Do you understand that as well?
Yes, ma'am. She was bleeding out of her nose and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if she was hit in the head or because I get this like blunt force trauma. That's what she shows me. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
But she's showing me like how good she is, and I feel like she can talk really well now. I don't know that she could speak well while she was here, but she's showing me being able to communicate.
Yes, ma'am.
She's also showing me some concern over you. I feel like you have a lot going on, and usually when they show a hand over the head, there's concern and there's so much going on. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And is this health related for you?
Part of it is.
Yeah, I feel like it's
Part of it's not.
yeah. I feel like the stress probably brought on the health related.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And are you in a situation that you feel like you can't get out of?
Yes, ma'am.
That's what she's making me feel. I want to be able to advise you here on being able to call for help. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
So I just want to pause for 1 minute, because what she's making me feel like is huge. It's very big, right? And I feel like,
Yes, ma'am.
go ahead.
I want to be happier than what I am. I want a better life for myself.
So sometimes we have to be very vulnerable and brave in order to step out of a situation and to ask for help. And I feel like that's where you need to go. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
I feel like there are helping hands there. What you're showing me, like they're helping hands all around you. And I don't know what the church community is for you, but that's what they're showing me. They're showing me helping hands, helping hands, helping hands. There are people that want to help and be right there for you. I do get some pride that you're embarrassed, but I feel like it's really important for you to trust and to be brave and to allow people in.
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
Okay.
I really do.
And I feel like
It's just so hard on me because
yeah.
It's really, really hard on me to even try to open up and talk about it.
Are you in harm's way right now where you live?
Not really, not necessarily, but mentally.
So I'm going to disagree with you a little bit, because that's what they're making me feel. That's what they're showing me, is that there's this toxicity that holds you in the place of sameness. And that is, we think sometimes that physical abuse would be the worst, but not necessarily. Not necessarily. Sometimes it's the emotional that causes the most damage, because then there's this lack of confidence. There's this insecurity that runs through your blood that makes it like impossible to make a move. Does that make sense?
It makes very, very much sense. Yes, ma'am.
That's probably the reason why they're showing me the church community as being a support into a, this isn't about a blame or even you being necessarily a victim. This is about an empowerment. This is about calling on divine help in order to move out of the situation. And
yes, ma'am.
And I'm not telling you what to do. Like, I really want to make this really clear. I'm just trying to give you the tools of what they're showing me about the church community, about a woman's support,
yes, ma'am.
And what really is important for your highest and best good. So, and families come together, we come into our families with generational wounds, and there's a lineage of suffering that you have, that you came into this family with, right? So some of the same patterns have replayed over time, right? Over and over and over.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
And so you being in the position that you're in, and here you are on this show, and we're having this beautiful conversation, and angels are surrounding you, and you're embraced by this angel community who love and support each other. That's God's work right there. And so by you being here, you're already starting to change the way the story goes and what will be passed on. And so if you can look at this as being your soul's legacy of, you can be empowered, you can change things. This isn't about blaming what happened. This is about being different. This is about helping your family lineage to heal.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're so strong. Like, what they make me see is like how beautiful and strong you are. You've already gone through so many things in your life, and that you have such a beautiful life. People really are like, they want to hang out with you. They want to be around you because you're always positive. You always put a smile on. They said, even when, you know, you don't have 2 nickels, you put a smile on.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Are you out of work right now?
Yes, ma'am. I'm fully disabled. I have cerebral palsy.
Okay. Yeah, and they're making me feel like you still give. You still give because that's your generous heart.
I do. I do. I would rather give to others than, or watch out for others than watch out for myself.
And God loves that, but he also wants you to take care of you. Because if you take care of you, then think about how much more you can give then. If you can give
Yes, ma'am.
if you give from a place that's not of lack, then wow, that's so amazing. Nothing you have done in your life has separated you from God. They want me to tell you that over and over. Your angels are like, you are not separate from God. Nothing is a punishment. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay. Shanda, what do you need? What do you need? Do you need food? Do you need money? What can we do for you?
All I know is I want to be happy. I want a better life. And I'm tired of being in the same situation over and over again. And
those are beautiful. So I think that's really great to talk about what you don't want. But let's talk more of, you know, what you need, what you actually want. Like that's beautiful. I don't want to be here, but like, what do you want? So because sometimes when we keep saying that focus of what we don't want, I don't want to be here, I don't want the same situation, we actually attract more of that. So now we're going to say, God, here's what I need. This is what I need today.
I need to be happy. I just need to be happy. And a happy relationship and a happy marriage and stuff.
So happy is like a mindset, right? Our happiness isn't necessarily something we go out and buy. Happiness comes from a feeling from within, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Feeling from within. And so in order for that to happen, you have to self-love. You have to care for yourself first. That's where the nurturing comes in. I know you want to nurture others, and I think that's so beautiful and so important, but I would love for you to nurture yourself first and listen to your needs. A nice meal, making something that you would like to eat, like you caring for yourself first is so important. I feel like that's the first start. And I know that's really hard with your disease.
Yes, ma'am.
But I also feel like that's why they're showing me the church community, because I do feel like there are people that want to help you. But you have to let your guard down. You have to let them in. It's what God's saying, like over and over. They keep showing me like you want help. I'm giving it to you, but you won't let it in. Open your heart, let it in. And sometimes by us letting other people help us, it also helps them. It's very healing.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, my lovey. My love, I know I'm gonna hold you, and I know everybody here on Facebook and that's listening is holding you in so much love that you have the support and everything that you need. So that happiness just that rises up.
Thank you.
Sending you lots of love. It's one of those reminders that we have when we think we have it hard, and then we hear someone else, and then our heart pours out even more for them. And we are like, whoa, right? This is also a really beautiful time to remember, what do you have to be grateful for in this moment, you guys? What are you grateful for? Just take a breather, guys. Lots of love for her. Hi, this is Jeannie. Who am I speaking with?
This is Peggy.
Hi, Peggy. How are you, love?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Overwhelmed.
I know.
How can I help you tonight?
I need some spiritual direction. I've had a tough year, 2020, with medical issues. I'm going into 2021 with more medical issues, and it's overwhelming.
Yes. And there's the worry, right?
Yes.
So, tell me about what you're thinking, for calling. You said you wanted some spiritual direction. What does that look like for you?
I don't know.
I get more.
I had two Achilles. I know. I had two Achilles surgery in 2020, and some days I just wonder if I'm ever going to be okay again to walk normal.
Yeah, and so I feel like what they were showing me is like just lifting, like that's not necessarily like going backwards and looking at like, why did this happen, or what does it mean. I feel like let's just fill you up with more grace, with more love, and a reminder that each step is painful. I feel like that they're showing me like each step is painful, and so it is about just gentleness, and I feel gentleness all around. So do you understand the harshness that's been around your life?
Yeah.
And so as a healer, this is putting on my healer hat right now. When we talk about feet and legs, it is all around our ability to stand confidently in our place here on earth, and to stand in our place, not necessarily anyone else's place. And that's what they're showing me. Like, feet are all about that for you, like being confident in who you are. Does that make sense?
It does.
And so, I'd get some inflammation around you as well. So inflammatory, and I don't know if you have been diagnosed with an autoimmune, but I feel like an autoimmune. Does that make sense?
It does.
So autoimmune also can be like Lyme disease. I don't know if you've had Lyme's in the past, but I'm getting a little bit of that as well.
Okay. I've never had that before.
So, and it can come through, Lyme disease can come through for me similar to autoimmune, because it does the same type of thing. It causes a reaction in the body, which is inflammation. So in order to take inflammation down and to start having healing, our body do what it can naturally do, begin to heal itself, there needs to be some things that we need to do. So stress for you is a huge indicator. They're saying stress is, standing in they're saying like, draw a circle and just imagine that's your energy and you're standing in it, right? Instead of micromanaging or doing this or taking care of someone else or running, like, stand in your circle, be in your body, and then ask before you move, is this going to serve my highest and best good? Is this going to serve somebody else's highest and best good? And I feel like that automatically, those questions will stop you from overextending yourself. That's what they keep saying, overextending. Does that make sense?
It does.
I feel like this year isn't about pain for you. It's more about recovery of your truth, recovery of your light, recovery of the sense of really what you want to be doing. It feels like more like a spiritual awakening.
That would be nice.
Those are big things. So I love that. I love the circle idea and standing in it and really having that be your guidepost for taking a step in the right direction. Just knowing if you can feel it in your body, like, is my heart forward? Is I'm moving like that, or I'm moving with my head forward? Move with the heart.
Okay. Okay. Does my mom or dad come through at all to you?
Tell me your mom's name is.
Denise,
Thank you. And your dad?
Tony, or Anthony?
Who had the jaw? The jaw. What they're telling me about
Jaw.
the jaw. Like, I'm getting like, and I feel like this is your dad talking, because I'm getting like this. Did he have like a beard? Sticking like his chin out, like, but that's what I'm getting.
Oh, no, he's scruff. As he got older, he was always scruffy.
Okay, because I'm like, what are you pointing to? What are you doing over here? He also talks with his hands a lot, just so you know, like, he's all over the place with his hands, and he's also pointing to tools, and he's making me feel like working on an engine or something like that. He feels like he's just working. That's what he's showing me. Do you understand that?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because I get that like greasy smell. Like, did he work in a garage, or did he work on car? I don't know what he worked on, but that's what he's showing me.
No, that's interesting. Okay.
Okay. And he's also showing me smelling, which I don't know what he's talking about with smelling. He's cracking me up right now. I'm just asking him what he's showing me. I just feel like he has this heightened sense. So he's bringing all of these smells to me, like motor oil. Now I'm smelling like, that greasy smell. Now I'm smelling like the fresh air, like I'm around a farm almost. He's just doing all of these things. That's what your dad is doing. And your mom is making me feel like she's got a little bit of a softer voice, but I feel like she also can talk a lot, and she's showing me the phone. So it's my sign, like, she'd love to chat on the phone and have that kind of conversation.
Yeah.
And she's showing me.
We talked every day.
Yep, she's showing me the phone cord. She's showing me walking around, and that's what she's doing.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So I would definitely work on the stress and the inflammation, okay?
I am definitely going to. Thank you so much.
God, this has been an amazing night, not a long night, but like, it went so fast, right? I know somebody on here before we hang up wanted to ask a question. Peggy, what is your question? You guys on Facebook, thank you so much for hanging out. Oh, Sandy says that sounds like her dad. Probably is your dad. They come and they piggyback off of each other, which I love. I love that they do that.
Jeannie, I have to tell you, I used to tell Andy I loved his cologne, Eau de Motor Oil, because he worked in a garage. No, I'm not kidding you. I would always say that. He always smelled like that. So it's very, very possible they were piggybacking.
They do, right? And so there's the connection. I love that. And how many?
He worked in a garage up until the day he died. And I used to joke with him, I love your cologne, Eau de Motor Oil. Yeah.
Oh, and Sandy's saying that her dad too worked on cars constantly. And so I just think it's really important for everybody to know that your loved ones come through inside of those readings too. And whatever you heard tonight that sparked something inside of you, hold it. Don't push it away. Don't poo-poo it. Hold it in, because that's your loved one letting you know that they love you and that they're with you. And I know that this, day 5 of January still feels like last year. It still feels like nothing has changed or shifted, and that worry is big. Just remember, stop, drop, and pray. Stop, drop into your body, breathe, and pray. And I promise you, what you're going to find is peace. You're going to find clarity there. And you're going to go through whatever you're going through with more ease. It's when we get in our head that we get confused and we get lonely and we get overthinking and we can't get out of it. So stop, drop, and pray. Those are my 3 big tips for you guys tonight. God bless you all. Thank you so much. And you know, I know what I know because angels don't lie. Have a beautiful, beautiful night.
When she smiles at you, she'll say, angels don't lie.